So you did kick through the riffles? You kicked?
Yeah.
What about in the pond? Did you?
Yeah, we did the
you
same thing.
stir it
Yeah.
up? Okay.
Since they were both moving streams, it would still work. Now, if it were somewhere that were totally still, we're not sure what we would do because this is our first time in this. But what we did is we made a disturbance upstream and then caught all the debris below.
I think there was another question back here.
Yeah.
So based on your results, what sort of implications do your results tell you?
We think that there might have been a few variables, but for the most part, we think that there was more, a little bit more life in the riffle than the pool.
Yeah. We thought that they would come there mostly because it was calmer and they won't be like blown around or
Because
whatever. And also the minerals would serve as good food.
Because if you think about a pool, it's nice, steady, easy-moving water, and it's not as violent. It's not picking up as much sediment. It's clear, easy water, and it's just an easier place for them to live and survive. And
It kind of turned out that mostly different species preferred different ones. The nymphs, though, preferred both. Yeah. Because we found a lot in both, but there were larger ones in the riffle. They were bigger worms.
Big stoneflies too.
Yeah.
So
They
could
seem
you guys
to be
conclude
born
that
in the pool and then go to the riffle when they're older, I guess you could say.
did you conclude that the creek is relatively healthy, judging from the
Yes,
lack of
And we
erosion
also
and stuff?
took the nymphs. The
They had a
nymphs are
healthy-
the kind that
Let's go from here to here.
The
First.
nymphs are the animals that have to have clean water, and the slugs can be in like any kind. There's a lot of other ones, but those are the most ones that I remember.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
we also took how much acid was in the water and how basic it was. And yeah, it was pretty much, it didn't have any acid, it was a little bit acid. And we also found out the speed. Yeah, so when we put it in the pond, it would just stay there.
It didn't move because the wind was blowing the opposite direction, so
So
it
it
like
actually went back instead of forward.
well, what we did to test our speed, because we didn't have access to a very large amount of equipment, what we did is we marked out a 3-meter interval, and we put flags there, and we take a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
We set it in one part of it and time how long it takes to go to the other end, and then based off a mathematic formula, we figure out how fast it was going in miles per meters per second.
So basically we had a bunch of common stuff and we used it to figure out everything. I mean, we had some like things that made us feel kind of scientific, like waders, a stopwatch. Yeah, otherwise it was just that ice thing, paintbrushes, a golf ball.
Plus we had the pH paper, which is,
Yeah.
I believe it's a paper soaked in talcum powder.
Good
He's a
question.
science teacher.
Just know it reacts, that's all.
It's soaked in some
Jeez,
chemical, and when you expose it to different levels of acidity, it changes its color. So neutral, or pH 7, which is healthy, non-acidic, which is what it should be a fairly green color. For it to be highly alkaline, which I believe would be 14, I think it becomes red, and I think at the opposite, at 0, when it becomes a base, I believe that it's blue, and
We got, for pool and a riffle, we got 6.4, so it's more leaning towards base, but it's pretty much,
it's
It's not
Good.
acidic. It's not. It's really close to neutral. So
It's about at what it should be.
So is this a good environment for fish?
Well, not
it's kind of
necessarily,
small for
not
fish.
not big fish. I mean, we're dealing. The deepest part that we had was probably 4 inches max.
Oh.
So we're. I mean, you can get little tiny fish. I mean, but to conclude our hypothesis, it was not proven. The richness was the same. It wasn't higher in one than the other, but the abundance was different.
So one thing I have noticed there the last few years, because this is the first, probably only time that you'll actually do the activity, I hope you guys take more time to look at what's in the rivers, is that since they've closed the gate for wintering wildlife habitat, the general aesthetics of the place has improved greatly, and the general health of the creek has improved greatly. They close it January 15th and don't open up until May 15th. There's a lot less trash, and there are a lot more fish that I've noticed. First year that we went was eight years ago, there weren't any fish. And now there are a lot of fish. I don't know how they got there, if they stocked them or if they just found their way, but there's a lot more fish now, and there's a lot less trash and other junk. So keep it closed, if
Mr.
anybody has power to do that.
You saw fish in the creek?
And it was also.
I don't know if you guys were looking for
We
fish,
did
but
see
I
We
was.
weren't looking for fish.
We were looking for macroinvertebrates.
Which is basically like a there's microbiology, which is little tiny things that which is what the prefix is used for. Micro, which means it's unable to be seen with the naked eye. But macroinvertebrates can be seen with the naked eye, but probably the biggest thing we saw was a worm. We were dealing with stuff that was anywhere from the size of a 1/12 of a centimeter to an inch. So we were dealing with very small stuff.
Mostly
Also-
insects.
We kind of learned about what's around it, like how many plants. And when you look there, it's so hard to get through by the pond because there's so many trees. But if you walk out, all there is like little shrubs. So like the water feeds the plants, but like the plants also help protect the river.
The creatures.
And so it was also a really nice view because we saw these really cool trees, and it was in the shape of a heart.
Oh yeah.
It was really cool.
And I don't know if you guys saw it, but you guys seen it? I grew up here and spent more time outside than most people do, and I've never seen a bobcat in Eagle County. You guys saw two of them?
Yeah, we saw two climbing out of a creek when we were
Bobcats.
hiking back.
I'm fine, like,
Do you have
it's great, but I was upset, I'm jealous.
do you have pictures of everything on your flash drive that we'd be able to show everyone?
I don't have them on that, so
Yeah, I think
I can send them.
as far as time, about the
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you pick where you went?
Well, we basically just went hiking and we just went hiking until we saw this man-made spot where it splits off from the pool to create a riffle.
Yeah.
It's man-made, and that riffle is supposed to go to a golf course from what I'm told.
Single tree, yeah.
So, and so what we did is we went about 10 feet down from the split, and there was a nice little island in the middle, pretty bare, and it was just a nice, easy spot where we could test our variables.
Yeah. Also,
So you found your own site, Gore Range didn't have
Well,
one for you?
we had a
they
leader.
kind of did.
Ours was
I mean,
named
they had-
Gabe.
Each instructor has his own little hotspot or wherever.
Yeah.
Well, our instructor was called Gabe, and she had never done this part of her job before, and so she was kind of a first timer. So we just went wherever, finding riffles and pools. Like she knew all the information, but she hadn't actually been there before.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
So it was cool because like she was like, oh, let's try this spot. Whoever can find the best spot, we'll just go there.
Yeah, we went to like a lot of different spots every day. Well, to 2 days we went. First, we went to the river and then we would try different ones until we found one that was okay with the river.